In the daytime, that's a shootout. On my waistline, that's a Ruger. I get playing time, I'm a shooter. Where your man's at? What you do for them? Who you shoot for them? What you prove to them? You must've let the ball drop, but you was using them. How you gon' end up on top? What happened when the car stopped? Tell me whose side you on. I don't know what type of nigga don't think he could die tomorrow. All we know he just another victim of a firearm. Tell me if you really hit a ride or you just ride along. Who is you relying on? Would you put that wire on? Or go in the mountains with them killers and do your time alone? Who you really loyal to? You lock up with a child at home. Really had them bodies, now your name got too much fire on it. Got this shit from Creek, this shit really get the crowd going. Trap house bumping like them 808, this shit get loud, don't it? The streets will tear your life apart, this shit get foul, don't it? They say they love you, but they lie, that's how it sound, don't it? That's how it sound, don't it? They got the bulls out, full moon out. In the daytime, that's a shootout. On my waistline, that's a Ruger. I get playing time, I'm a shooter. Where your man's at? What you do for them? Who you shoot for them? What you prove to them? You must've let the ball drop, but you was using them. How you gon' end up on top? What happened when the car stopped? Watching your dreams come true, make you proud, don't it? Two bitches giving me some head, that's one of my proud moments. I built my team the way it's real niggas allowed on me. Wait, this pistol got too many miles on it. Wait, I'm way too tall to be looking down on me. Wait, I'm from the cats who throw a crown on me. Them bitches left me when I needed them, oh now they own me. I broke your heart when I was broke, I'm up, oh now you own me. I love my brothers, I swear to God, don't ever tap me. I love my mother, this shit got hard and she was right there for me. Why can't I end up with someone that stay right here for me? Why can't I handle anybody feelings carefully? They got the bulls out, full moon out. In the daytime, that's a shootout. On my waistline, that's a Ruger. I get playing time, I'm a shooter. Where your man's at? What you do for them? Who you shoot for them? What you prove to them? You must've let the ball drop, but you was using them. How you gon' end up on top? What happened when the car stopped? What happened when the car stopped? What happened when the car stopped?
Just got a bag. I get the bread, they calling me Peter. I get the green in the bed like a Caesar. When I like it, I'm swiping the Visa. Smoking the flight, see you wanna see you. Lower the window, the back of the Beamer. New Versace, I took to the cleaners. D700, start running Adidas. Swag out the charts, I just broke the meter. Been on the block with the trappers and schemers. The kids that don't sleep, I get labeled a dreamer. Yeah, underachiever, yeah. Covered in gold like I'm Freezer, yeah, girl. Eat up the wood like a beaver. I want the face, not the rush, you can keep her. Not a believer, don't think you can keep up. Yeah, I'm hot-headed, but don't have a fever. Yeah, flow too sick. Calling me Debo, got hit with a brick. I caught a Sprite, then fall off the rim, but they thinking I'm hurt with this ice in my wrist. Ice in my cup, about to pour me a fifth. Pushing that 8, about to roll me a spliff. Came on so fly, I get dressed on the cliff. Tell them to cut it or cut me a check. I get the bread, they calling me Peter. I keep the green, the bed like a Caesar. Want it, I like it, I'm swiping the Visa. Booking the flight, so you wanna see. Lower the window, the back of the Beamer. New Versace, I took to the cleaners. D700, I run in Adidas. Swag up the chart, I just broke the meter. Yeah. I just broke the meter, swag up the charts. Hey, D700s, I run in Adidas. New Versace, I took to the cleaners. Lower the window, the back of the Beamer. Booking the flight, so you wanna see. Versace. I keep my pants on my hip. I keep it cool, but you know I be lit. I can no win if you catching my drip. Tires on fire, I pull up and whip. There's so much water to call it a drip. You getting money, your money don't flip. Playing my cards, stacking my chips. Stacking my paper, got wrist in my jeans. I'm a trendsetter, got gray in my jeans. I live a life you ain't never seen. Know I'm a star when I step on the scene. I do it for no one, I do it for me. Easy apparel on army fatigue. I'm out the window, my dress in the breeze. Look in the mirror, who they want be. I get the bread, they calling me Peter. I keep the green, the bed like a Caesar. Want it, I like it, I'm swiping the Visa. Booking the flight, so you wanna see. Lower the window, the back of the Beamer. New Versace, I took to the cleaners. D700s, I run in Adidas. Swag up the charts, I just broke the meter. Yeah. I just broke the meter, swag up the charts. Hey, D700s, I run in Adidas. New Versace, I took to the cleaners. Lower the window, the back of the Beamer. Booking the flight, so you wanna see.
Hitmaker Doc.
classic. Word to your gentleman, I'm classic. Dragon, fly like Daenerys on a dragon. Fresh, gotta put me in a casket. Ashes, 30 out the window when I Ashton. Martin, we are not the same, a different market. Marcus, walking out in demons, they in Target. Arson, yeah, I got the fuego, young boy sparking. Caution, shit could get hot if you talking. Austin, no, I don't give no fucks, yeah, barking. Shit could get rowdy if you want, yeah, Carlton. You ain't seen swag till I walked in, cone dripping Yves Saint Laurent when I'm launching a Martian. And I keep a blaster like Marvin for dolphins, jumping in my wave like a dolphin. Watch it, they gon' find your body down at Dawson's. I'm haunting like swimming in the water with a shark fin. Wavy, yeah, it's the real slim wavy, baby. Walking in the club with no laces, pay me. Came in for the Bucks, Tom Brady, amazing. I turned a 35 to a baby, classic. Word to your gentleman, I'm classic. Dragon, fly like Daenerys on a dragon. Fresh, gotta put me in a casket. Ashes, 30 out the window, wanna Ashton. Fashion, they don't have no sense, it's time to tax them. Average, someone need to tell them I ain't average. Handsome, all around the world they call me handsome. That's the real slim wavy, they just paddling. Braxton, yeah, Jamie King, they just Braxton. The answer, Allen Iverson, no talking practice. Stacking so much cash, they call me Cassius. The basket, shooting like I'm Clay, I came to cash in. Wavy, yeah, it's the real slim wavy, baby. Walking in the club with no laces, pay me. I came in for the Bucks, Tom Brady, amazing. I turned a 35 to a baby, classic. Word to your gentleman, I'm classic. Dragon, fly like Daenerys on a dragon. Fresh, gotta put me in a casket. Ashes, dirty out the window when I Ashton.
Hello there, children.
Hey, Dad.
I only love it if I hear long. I only love it if I hear long. I only love it if I hear long. I only love it if the we strong. True beauty, I love her like the color purple. I wanna put a diamond ring on the gold circle. I only love it if I hear long. I only love it if the we strong. True beauty, I love her like the color purple. I wanna put a diamond ring around the gold. Trend setter. Party bumpin', I'm faded. Party bumpin', I'm faded. Lost in the crowd. Everybody look wasted. Trying to find this one girl who's been waiting. Says she's a singer, waiting to be taken. I take it that if you would like it, if we were naked. Show me where there's a bed, and I showed her how she should take it. She took it, and then I booked it. Handled it well with complications. Cause it causes much aggravation. House party, drunken sex for the night. Mission accomplished before I vomit.
Nah.
Yeah, it says you're muted on fucking
Discord.
What about now?
Discord. Now I can hear you.
Alright, god damn.
Now I can hear you.
Bad. So let's bring it back.
I can hear you on your stream.
Alright, so we should be good now.
I'm gonna say turn your stream down.
Yeah,
though.
we good.
Nah, it wasn't that. I forgot to click a button, but it's all good now. Someone got feedback. Someone had to turn their shit
That's
down.
me.
Hey, hi, do or die. With the light. Let me see them shoulders. One time. Whoa, hold on. Let me get you with the music. Let me get you with the music. Go ahead.
Chill, man.
Go ahead.
I'm tired,
Go
man.
ahead.
I don't even hear nothing, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, my fault. Y'all can't hear the audio. Oh, whoa. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Hey. Whoa.
Demon.
What's good with you, A-High?
No, man, chilling, just living through another day, trying to make the best thing of everything. You feel me? That's how you gotta live it.
Hey, I hear
How
that.
you feeling though?
Man, I'm married now. You know what I'm saying?
Big things.
Got, married again. It's my love of my life. Hey, no one thought I was going to get remarried, No one even probably knew I was married the first time. That's the crazy part.
But you here now.
2020 been a rough year, but I would definitely say she has been a highlight of my 2020. Like you really you really can't make it up. Like 2020 been rough for everybody, but got a little gift on the way. We ain't gonna say what's gonna happen in a few months, but we're gonna keep that private for now. A little gift on the way, but blessings. Drippy Fee, what that heat looking like in San Antonio?
Yes, sir.
What
It's
that
hot
heat
outside.
looking? It's hot.
It's hot outside.
My man, I was working shift the other day. It was like 20. It was like 26 degrees, boy.
You're gonna have to bring the goose out. Yeah, you could hold that.
I'm not bringing no goose out. I can't bring no goose out. Not on duty. not on duty, Thrawn. Not on duty. Not on duty. TJ, college boy, A&T, what up?
You know the vibes, man. Stop playing with us, man. Number one HBCU in the land. But we gonna digress, man.
I'll call cap.
Ain't no cap on there. 3-time HBCU championship back to back.
They can't.
You know his body.
We're not doing that.
They can't.
Come on, tell him the only cap he knows is the one with the come with the gown.
College grad.
I felt that.
You could have kept that one. But
Yeah, it's been a good year, man. 2020, man. Just turned 27.
Okay.
Other day. 27 other day, man. That shit has been a blessing this year, man. From January, COVID, all that, and everything that done happened. It's just been a growth feat for me. Been a big growth for me.
Man, I remember when I was 27. Years ago.
A year? You said a year ago?
I said years ago. Years ago.
You talking like you 30, boy. You just
Damn,
28.
man.
Shit,
Damn,
Nigga,
man.
you look 30.
It's about.
You look 30. But man, what happened when I was 27? You 27 now, correct?
Just turned 27.
So 27, that was 18. That was 8. That was 18 for me.
That was 19.
That was 18. I turned. Oh yeah, you right.
You right. My fault.
That's why I'm the
mathematician.
college grad. It gotta be. That's why I'm the college grad.
You're the one with the answers, because he's definitely not.
Man, whatever. Whatever. God damn it. So what was 27 for you like? Like what went down? Like what happened? Like you put a post up the other day. I don't know if I got it up here. You put I got that thing. I don't got that thing. You put a real personal post. What's up with it? What happened? What happened? Because you be in your bag sometimes, boy. I have to check you like.
So I be trying to keep
good
that
and
low
all that.
on my personal but me getting into my birthday just made me reevaluate this past year for myself and how where I started, where I am, where I want to be. I got a kid, my son 8. Shout out to Ethan. And that alone.
Well, his name is Theron.
His name is Theron. His middle name is Ethan. We all call him Ethan. Everybody know him as Ethan, but his name is Theron as well. My name is Theron, but everybody call me TJ. But yeah, just being where I am mentally, me wanting to accomplish my goals and trying to get there. I of course this year being COVID has created a lot of trials and tribulations for myself, like relationship wise, school, just and then that postgraduate depression. I'm not gonna say I was depressed, but it makes you think like, yo, what I want to do next. And me being in grad school, and trust me, that shit alone, it could make you reevaluate like, yo, do I really want to do this? Everybody had that ultimate goal, getting where they need to be, but this is not going to grad school isn't the only way for me to get to where I want to be, but it does open a lot of doors. It opens a lot of doors that I may not be able to do without that degree. So, just thinking stuff like that, thinking about, how, niggas being niggas and sometimes, just hurting people's feelings, all of that just came into it. And, trying to grow, I'm just trying to be like, just be appreciative for what I have, and just letting anybody who I've ever hurt know, like, I apologize, like it's all me growing or whatever. So, let bygones be bygones, water under the bridge, and we move forward from there. That was my mental thinking making that post.
So you hurt somebody.
I've heard. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Come on, man. You can't go. A lot of times you leave in relationships and stuff, somebody gonna end up hurt. So I mean, and shit.
But sometimes it could be like a mutual agreement. Hey, we not compatible. Let's just move.
Yeah, of course that's always a topic, but I mean that's always one of the outcomes. But a lot of relationships don't end like mutually. Two people
surely don't.
Two people, mentally like, yeah, we aren't meant for each other. When feelings get involved,
somebody's gonna feel away.
Somebody always gonna feel away. And then people are invested. So with that feeling being involved, niggas is always trying to make shit work, even when it's bound to not work. Trying to make shit work is the ultimate goal in a relationship. So and that's
all right. So Theron, I got a question for you. You was talking about growth, and you was also talking about how like you realized what you did and how it affected people. So I want to ask you, because that sounds like to me like a grown man. So I want to ask you, what situation in your life made you realize, you know what? Now I have to be, and now I'm going to be a grown man.
Hey, talk to him real quick. Talk
to me, okay? Well, my shit in my grown man moment, probably coming to North Carolina definitely.
What year was that?
2016. I came to A&T. Shout out to A&T.
Oh yeah.
I came here 2016, and the funny thing about that story, how I even got to A&T was I went to Austin right here. I went to his his HBCU. I was going to community college at the time.
Union. I just had to
Oh,
do that
God,
before.
here we go.
I went to
Here we
I
go.
went to
Here we go.
I went to his HBCU for the weekend, and you know I was going to BMCC, Borough Manhattan Community College, and I experienced the
Salisa, I see
HBCU
what you're
life, and I was like, man, going away to college would seem, you know, amazing. Definitely how, you know, I didn't go there and I experienced, you know, party life, you know, independence in a way. Because obviously when you go away to school, you more so is focused on your education and, you know, growing as an individual because you are independent. And for me, I was like, man, this is something I need in my life right now because at the time I was going to BMCC. I was working. What was I working at the time? I was
Was that
working
Best Buy?
some after school program. Nah, at that point I was already done with Best Buy. I was working at an after school program, and you know, living with my mom's and my little sister. And me and my little sister shared a room, and I'm like, man, I need, you know, the best option for me because I felt like I was stagnant at BMCC. I'm like, I need to go away to school. Like, and this is probably the perfect opportunity for me. Simply because my mindset was trying to create a better life for my son. So yeah, we went there. When I tell you I got there, by the time I left, I told Austin, I'm going away to school. And when between then and them 2 weeks later, I was doing like I did 3 applications. Mind you, I was already at BMCC, had a 3.0 GPA. And I was just like, yo,
Smart.
I was like, man, I know for a fact with this GPA I could get into school. And that growth between graduating high school and then alone was big because graduating high school, I wasn't even thinking about freaking I wasn't even thinking about college. Like I was like, man, I don't need college. I'm in New York, blah blah blah. I could do without, you know, I could get by without doing that. But then between those years and then going away, it was just like transcended to my mind. Like, yo, I need to do, you know, what's best for me, and ultimately like what will help my son in the future, like financially, and then his mindset. Because a lot of, you know, a lot of students, a lot of people from the Bronx don't make it out the Bronx and experience other cultures unless they doing things like going to Miami, you know, Miami, or, you know, just little trips, not like experiencing another culture like while growing. So that was my mindset in doing that. And like I would say, my grown man moment was coming to A&T and understanding like, yo, I got to do this for me. And shit, them 4 years was just, well, 3.5 years was literally like God sent for me.
You know what's crazy about when you said, I remember when you told me, he was like, yo, I'm going away for college. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I was like, don't do it. Because I was like, yo, if you go there and waste your time, slap in the face. I said, if you go, don't come back without a degree. I remember telling you, like,
I definitely remember that conversation. I was like, I got this. I was like, I got this. I mean, again, doing that, and mind you, I'm out of state at the time, so I got to spend double the money, triple the money in state pays, right? So I still remember that shit. Like I had the financial aid. I was still short like $8,000. I was like, whoo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. But yo, when I tell you my aunt helped me out, OD, she was like, yo, as long as you know, focus on school, I got you. And
That's what's up.
shout out to my aunt who literally has funded me through college and got help. Basically, the reason why I'm here right now, because without her, there's no way I would have did this. No way I would have did this. So shout out to her as well.
I want to say shout out to God for even helping me and Theron get down there, because you remember that day.
Yo, that son, bro. The morning I drove there, let me tell you, the moment
wait. Are we talking about the same morning when you called me?
Probably.
When you dropped them off.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That morning, when I tell you, bro. So I had to do mad shit. I had to do mad shit between going and then getting on the road. So mind you, I had an hour and a half sleep. So I had to go. So I had to go to Brooklyn. I had to go to Brooklyn to get the money from my aunt, not the tuition money, the money to get the car, right? So I had to go to Jersey to Newark Airport, get the whip. From there, go to Brooklyn and see my aunt before I go home, then pack the car. My shit was not packed. So I had to, and then I had mad sneakers at the time. I had like 40.
Shout out to them phone posits you had.
So I had to, we took, and mind you, I lived on the 4th floor, no elevator. When I tell you I had to literally, me and him went 3 trips down the stairs like, with mad boxes in our head.
That sound like you remember
mad boxes in there.
Remember that time when we had to move them boxes for Coach PA?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Right. Just like that. So we had to do that. Then pack that up. By that time it's like 3:30. I'm like, yo, we should just get on the road now. Get on the road now because my mindset was like, I'ma go. We're gonna go to Virginia. That's where I was gonna drop him off.
Union.
Okay, I dropped
if
him off.
If you don't
at
stop
college.
with that Union bull, man, I'm trying to
drop this man out the chat.
Yo, I dropped him off. At the time, I knew some girl there, like that I met when I was there that weekend. I laid down, and I was like, yo, I'm not even tired. Like, so shit. Like 20 minutes later, I just got up and started get on the road. 15 minutes later,
you called me. Well, you called me 20 minutes later. 25
got in the car crash. Mind you, I hit the left side of the highway, the little Divada, because I was knocked. When I tell y'all, I woke up like, oh, airbag smacked the shit out of me. Like, I was like, I got out the car because it was hot as shit. Mind you, this is August in the South. Come on, man. That shit was like 95, not a tree in sight. I'm just it's hot. I look out, see the whole left front wheel just bursted. I'm like, damn. I was like, damn. Then I had to call a tow truck, do all that shit. I'm waiting on the side of the road for like 3 hours.
And that's like, when you called me, like, yo.
Somebody,
you know what's crazy? When you called me, you lied. You lied about it. You was like, you was like, what the hell you said? You was like, oh, yo, somebody cut me off. I got in an accident. Yo, you good? I was worried.
I told you that. I told the state trooper that. I was sticking to that till I was going to die. Till I die. I was like, man, somebody cut me off. Mind you, I fell asleep in the car. Like, and it's crazy because I should have took that nap because I remember when we was driving down. At one point, I was falling asleep. And also like, yo, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. And this is like we just got off the turnpike going through Delaware. I'm vividly remember that moment. I'm like, hindsight is 2020. So at that point, I should have definitely been like, I should have just took that nap.
We had to play Bean Joint to wake you up.
Yeah. I had to start playing. I had to start playing like rowdy music. Shout out to Rowdy Rebel.
Hello.
Playing mad hood music to get me up. Hype music. I'm like, I'm good. Then luckily, midway through Maryland, the sun came up. So I'm like, okay, cool. The sun came up. But when I tell you, when I got back in there, I got back in the car and it was hot. I played the AC. I ain't know the AC knock you out. AC knocked me out, boy, because being tired and everything. But I mean, that's my grown man moment. Austin, what about you? What was your grown man moment?
Well, speaking to how, like you said, the post graduation, you know, it's not depression, but like you got to start, because like even though I did 4 years in college, those whole 4 years I didn't put enough energy into like trying to get an internship. So, you know, after I graduated college, luckily my mom was like, I'm gonna give you a month to get your stuff together, see what's going on with you.
Shout out to the moms out there, B.
Huh?
I said shout out to the moms out there.
Yeah, shout out to the mom, man. Shout out to the mom. So she was like, I'm gonna give you a month, let you do what you do, get your stuff together so you can just, you know, calm down a little bit because you just went through a lot, you know, because I cried in my graduation because I remember, just like Deron said, I was growing up, I wasn't thinking about college. My mom forced me to go. And then just remember all the stuff I had to do. I was like, to think I was never going to do this. And then I also had my own situation where I was quarantined in my college dorm and I was sick. You know what I'm saying?
My mom just laughed at your story.
So like I went through a lot my senior year as well. So I was just like, to see me graduate, I was like, wow, I didn't think I would ever be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first person to graduate from my family. You know, so it was like a lot of pressure on me in a way. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But then I was like, yo, I got my first little side job for a week working at Groupon, and it was lit. And then I got my second job, and then I was like, yo, I gotta really start paying bills, and I really gotta start doing everything a man's supposed to do. And I had to tell myself, like, I can't just walk through life and just be like, oh, okay, the next day's gonna come. I gotta really start planning my days out and what I'm gonna do next, so I can be prepared for what's gonna go on. So just me realize that, hey, now I'm not in play world, or I'm not just looking for the next day because I'm in college. I'm now in the world where my actions now have consequences that can affect just more than me and my future. I was like, you know what? I gotta step it up. So luckily, it wasn't nothing like too dire, but it's something that woke me up and made me realize, like, I gotta step up and really do something real now.
So just me realize that, hey, now I'm not.
That's real shit, man.
That's tough.
Real shit.
That's tough.
Hey, shout out for graduating, my boy.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So now
up,
that,
Brandon? It's nice
what
to
about
see
you?
son.
What about you?
Feel
How, what
he like,
It's all good. It's all good. Nah.
what in your life made you
What
feel
up,
like,
Nova?
okay,
What's good with you, bro? Okay, Keith, I
Shit.
see you in here.
all
A
right,
bunch of
just talk
shit
over it.
happened before, but I'll say probably June 16th, 2015, when I had my daughter. June 19th, 2016. When my daughter was born, bro. Because when you gotta understand, when you help conceive a child and you bring somebody in this world that don't ask to be, like, you gotta provide. You gotta be that role model, right? And I live by that philosophy where it's like, if I'm gonna bring a child into this world, it's so that they could do better and be better than what I did or have done or what I am gonna do. So I make sure that I try to, keep that mindset with whatever I do. Cause kids, bro, they like sponges. They always watching everything you do. They try to mimic, or if they feel what you're doing, it's like having a little mini me. So it's like, I gotta make sure I'm always watching and I'm always on my P's and Q's. But with that being said, that helped me grow, because I had her. Well, I had her when I was what? Shit, 23, 22. So I was still a kid.
Yeah, that's
And
facts.
then I waited too. Me and my wife, we decided to wait. And I think that was a mature decision on our part to make sure, one, that we was good. Like, I'm not finna get into some shit with old girl if she's not with the shit with me. You feel me? So I waited. We made sure, the vibe was right. And then when we made that decision, going sleeping on the floor, I ain't afraid to admit it. Like, I was a kid. I didn't have my priorities right. But I will say, with that being said, me and her have been through a lot. And that just helped mold me to the point where I was like, okay, I think it's time. We had baby girl, and then God bless her, she's 5 now. And like, I never looked back. I was like, after that, it's like you got to treat every day like it's your last, bro. No cap. Because you don't know. You don't know, with COVID going on and all the stuff that's going on. Your presidency, whatever. I don't want to get into politics, but just think about real world, real life shit. And then you got to humble yourself, bro. And you really got to take a step back and realize, like, damn, this is what my parents was out doing when they was working 12-hour, 15-hour days. You feel me? And not everybody has that, like, that ambition and that hustle. But once you have a kid, if you still don't got it, then you're not right. You need to get yourself checked out, because that shit just made me hungry. And shit, you feel me? Like, I got the chin, so I've been eating.
There we go. I like that talk. There
This
we
man
go.
said he been eating. I mean, y'all went, so I might as well say mine, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even. It's hard to pick at which point, because honestly, I can start from way back in high school when I realized that football wasn't going to be a thing no more, and that's a whole. Hey,
We could
yo,
talk
Felt
about
that.
we could
I felt
definitely.
that.
That's a tough story. That's a tough story that. You know what I'm saying? When that story happened, or when that shit happened, it was out of nowhere. No one knew. No one knew, Austin. No one knew. You feel me? Like no one knew that my high school football career was going to end the way it did. And
shit. I
me-
didn't.
no one did. Like I remember at one point we would go to games, away games, and you know I'm gonna call them fans. Let's call them fans. You know what I'm saying? They would go, yo, where you going? You committed? You going to Syracuse? You going to what was it, Delaware? Like I don't know, like, but it's so many moments. But I'm not even gonna get too deep into high school. But it would definitely be when I left to go to Germany. That was the first time in my life that I was away from my mom. And
Shout out to moms. Shout out to
my
mom.
mom, Lisa Liverpool. I know you out there. Love you, mom. But, that moment when I left Germany, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm by myself. And we already know what happened. So us four know what happened in the beginning of Germany. But when shit started to like 180 and go back to a positive vibe, I was on my own. I had Fee. I had a few other people that I was close to. Shout out to Dro. I think he's in here. But I only had a couple people. But at the end of the day, I was by myself in Germany, a whole nother country. Not a lot of people can say that they lived in Germany before. Not a lot, yet alone Europe. And
Not even that, bro. Not to cut you off, but we all colored, bro. Like imagine that.
man, yes, I am a mama's boy, Travis. Don't worry about it. But anyways, Travis, I see you. What's up, bro? But it was when I left. When I left to Germany, it was like damn. And then when she left to come back, I was dead ass by myself, and at that moment I knew like one, I'm a grown man. All right? I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. You feel me? And then when I had to like figure out me, like what was best for me, you know, I was what's the word I'm looking for? I was damn, I can't figure out what the word. Not love drunk. I was hopeless romantic. I was looking for something that wasn't there. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just chill, do me. You know what I'm saying? I started doing me with the milli. You know what I mean? I started to wild out in Germany, especially what year was that? 18 when we came back from Poland. I started to go crazy. That was it. Like that was it. This was like the rebirth. But in that midst of me like going crazy, having a good time, going out with the bros on the weekends and all that other jazz, that's when my wife came in the picture. And then at no point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get married again. And at no point. And then I met her. Everyone gave me shit for it. Fee gave me shit for it. Everybody gave me shit for it.
And I'm not gonna stop.
Everybody gave me shit for it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I was like, all right, this girl was like, she alright. You know, she alright. She was alright.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yo, chill.
Every day.
I was defending her like, yo, she alright, because it was just different. Like I didn't think that I was gonna be ready so fast. That was like damn, I'm human, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't think that fast that I'll fall in love again. You know, be infatuated again. It was little things that she did that made me realize like, damn, like you can't really put a timetable on love. Like the shit's just gonna happen. You can't be like, oh,
Big facts.
You can't just be like,
L-O-V-E.
you just can't be like, oh, I'm gonna fall in love with this girl. You know what I mean? Like this shit just happen. Like you know when you have a vibe, when that vibe keeps going, it's like a snowball effect, and that's how it was for her. So, in short, my grown man moment was when I left Germany, and then when I found love again. Cause I'm like, alright, this shit right here, like this shit is real. This shit is real. But that was
I gotta buy some furniture.
Yo, man, when she came to BOC graduation fee, that was it. Cause I really didn't invite her. She just popped up. Her and other girl. she just popped up. I'm like, damn, like I'm about to get promoted, and I ain't get for no invite, like the rank, you know what I'm saying, all that. But that was I'll leave it at that. That was my grown man moment.
Okay. So listen to everybody's story. When I'm noticing also, I feel like we all have some type of staple in our life to help us grow to be who the person we became. Like Deron saying his aunt helped him, by sending funds so he can stay in school.
Hold on, Travis. I'm not bringing her to no goddamn Atlanta. It's too hot down there, my man. It's too hot to bring her to. It's too hot to bring her to Atlanta. I'm gonna stay in New York for a little bit until we figure out, what's best for us. I'm not going to Atlanta.
Oh, you heard him? Us. He ain't say us.
Man, please.
And then even Fee talking about, like watching our parents doing them 12, 15 hours. And then Nigel saying, like, he's a mama's boy and he's cool with it. So and my mom too as well. Like, and I just feel like we all in some way, shape, or form had staples in our life to help us when we do get that moment, we know to not run from it, but attack it head on to become a grown man. So what I want to say and ask y'all is, like, do y'all feel like today there's enough people in society that is helping to teach people how to be a grown man?
Let me get that first, because honestly, I don't think so. Because going back to high school, we had this conversation the other day, Austin, when I felt that like my mom did the best she could. You know what I'm saying? She did the best she could. I feel that she did the best that she knew how to do. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to the teachers, because the teachers, like I said the other day, it felt like an option. It was an option to go to college. They didn't like enforce the standard how we do in the military. You know what I'm saying? The military is the standard. It felt like college wasn't the standard, but it should be the standard, because over there in Germany, my man, everybody go to college. Everybody go. It's not. I was meeting girls and shit, and they like, yeah, we go to such and such. I'm doing this and this and that. And over here, it's not like that. You ask homegirl what she did after senior year, she said she went to Popeyes.
Same shit she was doing after high school.
Right. So I don't think I mean, you can't blame the parents, but at the same time comes back with the education center. But that goes to Theron, but this motherfucker's a goddamn teacher.
Yeah. First of all, I was about to go in next. One, I'm not gonna solely blame teachers, because obviously let's be honest. Every teacher has to get a college degree to become a teacher. So that alone sets a standard. So my reasoning for becoming a teacher, right? I'm a math teacher. I teach high school math, right? My reason becoming a teacher was because I wanted to set a standard for these, and I go to a predominantly African American school. Like, I wanted to be that example for minority students. I was once in your position. Majority, right? No. Well, they are the majority in the school, but they're still the minority in society. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, let's talk about it. Like, when we say minority, majority, we're talking about in America, right? So for the students, the predominantly, Black, Latino, those students, I want to show them, I was in your position. No, shoot, I may have been in very similar situations that you was in, like particularly low grades. Like, my high school grades were not good. I kept my grades just about good enough to play football, to the point where my senior year, I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even play because I broke my leg my junior year. Meanwhile, that's why they called me peg leg in high school, my senior year, right? They called me peg leg because I broke my leg, right? So by the time my senior year came around, I missed a whole semester of credits. My second semester, usually my second semester is probably poor. And then I didn't do good summer school. Like, I was like, yo, this is summer. I never did summer school until I got to high school. So I was like, I'm not really messing with it. Come time football season, I was 2 credit shorts. Shout out to one of my teachers who gave me a credit, who gave me the passing grade to get one of the credits, but I still couldn't get that half a credit to play. So I missed out my senior year of football. But regardless of that, that ultimately was the reason why, going into the education system, I was like, yo, I want to be an example for these students that even if, you're not having the best grades or anything, there's still opportunity for you to do so, and just to provide mentorship, right. The question was, do you think there's enough, like, basically men out there that's teaching, like, enough men being mentors, fathers, all of that in society to help push these students to, achieve the best, right? I definitely don't see that. Like, I agree with him in the sense that, again, this 2020, we have social media. A lot of these students are growing up by social media, right? Parents are working 7 to 7s. I'm not even gonna say 9 to 5. They work like sun up to sundown, where a lot of times these students are teaching themselves, how to, grow up as a teenager. And that is probably, outside of that soaking period between 3 and 8, that is very pivotal for them, like getting into high school, simply because, in high school, because literally you can go left or go right. You can go left, like going left, meaning, getting involved in the streets, simply because, if your parents not around to provide that structure for you, you're going to find that somewhere. You're going to find somewhere where you want to be included. If you don't have the right, guidance, you can easily fall into someone who's sitting on the corner like, yo, what's good, bro? And then you fall right into there. You feel like you got that support from them, which is not necessarily the good support that you need in trying to become successful. Definitely in America, where a lot of black people are already looked at in a negative connotation, right?
Hello.
So I, chose this profession to provide, at least some kind of mentorship, some kind of, positive outlook for these students who may not get that in their personal life because of XYZ factors. Now, bringing up the fact that I'm talking about the streets, and how that may not personally, it gives a lot of connotation to one, America on Black society. I'm gonna bring it over to Austin, who also, Austin, my man, Austin.
Yo, Austin, don't ever clap with those small hands again, please.
That was,
Right.
Oh yeah, and like he said, his nickname was Peg Leg. My nickname was Mittens because my hands were so small in college.
man.
So I'm gonna bring it over to Austin, who I talk about students who are. I talk about students who were in the streets, right? Austin was, he was leaning toward that way going into high school. Like, we met him, he was not who he is today, not by the slightest. We're not gonna talk about education wise. He was smart, but when you get tied up in the streets, you're not thinking, about education, about being successful. You're just thinking about living day to day. So Austin, tell me, how do you feel about?
Before he get into that, let me just say what's up with the chat. Yeah, Noble, that was a fact. I mean, back in basic, when we was, we was doing for that extra cash, I didn't partake. I was walking a straight path. I'm like, I'm trying to graduate. We in basic training, you know what I'm saying? But
liar.
Don't listen to Austin, man. Don't listen to this, man. And yeah, Travis, again, like I said, I'm not going to Atlanta. But go ahead, Austin.
So yeah, as he said, you can go left or you go right. And to be honest, I actually had good support from my mother to not lead me to the streets. But what it was is that, like he said, some parents are just occupied, so she was working a lot. And I'm gonna just be real, like, shout out to my father, but
yes,
to
sir.
be honest,
he the real OG.
He the real OG.
He the real OG.
He the real OG. Like, so my first 10 years of my life, he wasn't there. But as I became a teenager, he came into my life. And why I never knock him for not being the first 10 years is because I feel like I got a blessing to actually see him growing to be a man as I'm trying to be a man. So I got to see the growth, like, face first, to see what's going on. But going back to the streets, like I said, even though my father was there in my life, since he wasn't there in the beginning, I'm gonna be honest. It was a certain time I just didn't listen to him because I'm just like, yeah, I just met you, you cool, you know.
Yeah,
And then my mother, like, she was working a lot, and even though she was involved in my school, she was part of PTA. I was so smart and blessed. Like, I can literally go to class, take a test, pass, and then never go to class for 2 weeks, and then take a test again and pass. So I was arrogant and smart. So I was like, I need something to occupy myself. I end up falling to certain crowds. Certain crowds just gave me the certain attention that I was occupying. And so I did follow certain crowds that was leading to the streets. Luckily, I had a good enough structure in my family though, that they started noticing certain things and they pushed me towards playing football. And then once I got to play football and meet Theron and Nigel and other people, that helped structure my life. So while the times my mother couldn't structure me because she at work, and at times I might not listen to my father because I'm just like, we just getting to know each other. I had these people who were able to keep a stable in my life and be like, look, we got to go to practice, we got to go to class, even though we wasn't going to class.
Sure, you know me in the hallway.
Chill, his mom in the chat. Chill, his mom's in the chat.
Hey, look, we graduated. That's what matters. But
Get ass whooping.
and then after practice, we all went to Ashley house. So I had a structure on doing that, so that kept me away from dealing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was done in the streets, I probably had a hand in it. I'm gonna just say that. You know, so this structure luckily took me out of that and was able to keep me on a path where I can like now fully focus on what my mother's trying to do for me. And going back to the original question of just thinking like, is there enough people or society working enough to teach men how to be men? I don't think there is, and I think that's because there's not enough men. You know, I feel like in many different ways, for whatever reason, there's just some men that wasn't taught themselves, or even we could talk, not to get too political, but if you want to speak to black men, the 94 crime bill who took a lot of our black fathers and put them in jail. So there's just, I don't think there was enough father figures in kids' lives to teach them how to be a man. You know, to teach a woman how to be loved by a man, or teach a man how to be a man. I just think there wasn't enough men, because women could try, but as a woman, you can only do so much to teach a boy how to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
You can only do so much.
Listen, man.
Fee, what about
Hold on, let me interject with that. With him saying the 94 crime bill, right? That plays a big part, because why? It starts from slavery, right? I don't want to get too political, but we all know the history of America and how a lot of, you know, just the growth of this country has always tried to put the black man, the black family down, right? So from slavery to Jim Crow laws to segregation, all of that was things to keep us down, right? And I don't want to, you know, become a political, a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to become a conspiracy theorist, but a big saying is, you know, you destroy the black man, you destroy the black home, right? The black man is the model of, you know, the black home, right? A strong black man and a black family, you know that home is going to be strong in itself. Why? Because usually they are the head of the household, and we're not even talking about bringing in money financially. We're talking about structure. We're talking about, you know, when you look at, you know, how you want your home to go, like how you want your life to go. You look at the man in a way to see how you're guiding, like how your house is supposed to go, right? We're gonna shout out to the black women who has, because of, you know, how, shout out to all the black women, right? Because of how, you know, America has such like degraded the black man, like they had to take on roles of being black men and the black women of the household, which then puts a constraint, because I'm not going to say, I know we all for equality, but there's certain things that I feel like a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man, right? We're gonna go back to that, but I'm gonna go to my man Fee real quick, because I want to know how he feels about, you know, that whole the question of society and the black man, like being like teaching black men. How do you feel about that, Fee?
I mean, bro, it's tough. I'm especially being Latino, bro. Like, you gotta understand.
Boricua, dímelo,
Nah, nah, nah,
papi.
nah, 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 nah. We Dominican over here, brother. You feel me? I'm Haitian.
Get look at Papi. My fault. My fault.
But nah, like I agree with what everyone said, but at the same token, I feel like there's not enough role models, bro. So when you look, you could turn America's so filtered. You could turn on the TV, all you see is you look at a commercial, it's a white family. The dad is always there, the mom is always there, and the kids are always happy. That's not really how it is, because these are the same people that's touching these kids or doing violating kids. You feel me? Where are the Latino people or the black people in these commercials? It's either if it's a black family, the mom's by herself with what 3-4 kids running around. Like, bro, just I consider myself as a woke person, so I be noticing this shit and I be like, damn, like this is how I grew up watching stupid shit like this. It's never to the point where they promoting like, okay, Miss Maria just bought her first home and blah 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 blah. It's always white family, white kids, and this like this fake idealism, like, and I don't appreciate it. So
Shout out to all the black sitcoms that definitely promote healthy black families. The fact that you said that, all these black shows that promote healthy black families is, things that growing up we looked at. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Shout out to Uncle Phil, Martin. Family Matters. Even today, Blackish. Like there's one-on-one single black father with raising his daughter. Like stuff like that.
That's tough.
It's stuff we do not see. Even in today's society as much. Why? Because like you said, America filters. So that's I'm sorry to cut you off. I definitely want to say shout out to all the black sitcoms growing up that definitely also helped me as well.
Hear that. And then I don't know, I had a little black box at one point, and the black box, or if you just got the coax in the wall, you only get a certain amount of channels, bro. So if you think about it, those commercials, that's subliminal messaging. That's all, right? That's all your brain is picking up them signals, and you like, okay, that's how I'm supposed to live, that's how I'm supposed to be. And then, like I said, being Latino, you in the middle, bro. Like, it's like, okay, you light skin, are you black? You talk like you black, you dress like you black, but your skin is light. So it's like, yeah, I understand that. So, and I speak multiple languages, so it's like, it's always been hard. But if you don't have somebody like how you said to like mentor you, or somebody that you could follow in their footsteps, you start falling in that trap. Parents ain't there, right? They work in these long hour days to give you whatever they can, and then you start seeking that guidance and that idol somewhere else, whether that be on the streets, or if you, Boston is similar to New York in a sense as inner city schools, right? I think of Boston as a cleaner New York, okay? Because New York is dirty as hell.
All right. We all know that. Listen,
because we get that dirty money, you heard?
Oh gosh. I hear you say that. You can't say that. We can say that. We know New York is dirty, but
you're not from there, bro.
Sound like you attacking us.
Nah. I had to throw it in there. Shout out to Boston. But anyway, the teacher, you got teachers, and you're a teacher, so I don't know if you can attest to this nowadays, because I haven't been in school since 2011. But I would come into class and old boy reading a newspaper. Like, he'll teach the curriculum, but he didn't teach me what state taxes. My man ain't teach me how to pay bills. My man ain't teach me, you need to buy groceries. And then this is stuff that you need to be cognizant of and aware of, because your parents do it. You would think, oh yeah, it's obvious, somebody, you gotta eat. But when the parents ain't there, what you making? Fuck Hot Pockets? That ain't
ramen noodle.
Ramen? Yeah, that like
cereal.
Come on, bro.
That's right, Mom. We used to eat fucking Fruity Pebbles. Mom would be like, "What do you want for dinner? Let me get some Frosted Flakes, man. That's all."
You cut the lights on.
Let me get the bag Fruity Pebbles without the name brand.
Nah, that's short.
Oh, chill. Bag cereal was like that.
Bag
Let's not talk
cereal.
about it.
Nick hates bag cereal. But I
Wait,
love
yo,
bag
Nigel, what you used to eat that you had to put in the freezer first before you ate it again or something?
Everything, boy. I don't like hot food. I don't like hot food.
Oh, this
I
man,
hate,
he's
I
sick.
hate, even to this day, I do not like hot food. I remember my
Yo.
wife was here, she cooked dinner. She's like, hey, babe, like, your food is ready. Nah, homie, put that shit in the freezer. Like, that shit need to cool down.
Now I know why you like how you are.
I just don't like hot food.
Yo, that's funny.
Sick.
Eat too much cereal.
That's
That's
funny.
all it is. Too much cereal.
That's funny. That's dumb funny.
That is funny. That's funny. He said put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Put that joint in the freezer. What we talking
Go
about?
ahead.
Dinner ready. Shit. Dinner ain't ready till that shit is room temp.
I'm weak. Go ahead, Austin.
I was making sure Fee was done first.
Yeah,
He
you
was
straight.
finished? All right, so back to what I was saying earlier, like shout out to my father, because like watching him like grow as a man in front of me was like very pivotal to my life, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that showed me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was doing everything she could, like you name it, she was doing everything. Like I said, she was part of PTA. You know why? Because I was getting suspended from school. So she was trying to have her foot in the
Make sure
door,
she-
you know, make sure I know what's going on.
She don't
So,
know
like-
you. She gonna talk to the president. The president probably at the school, so she be like, "Yeah, Austin
You know
just
what's
got
crazy?
suspended on."
No, my father cut you off the wrong. You know what's crazy about it is though, my mom was the PTA president in middle school. So, yo, I wish Trev was in here so bad because Trev can attest to this. Oh, Trev just wrote. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Trev, damn. Go ahead. I'm gonna see what's up with that. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, so like my mom, she tried to do everything she could, like, but at the end of the day, she's a woman versus my father being a man. So what I say is, I feel like a woman could try her hardest, but she can't really show a man how to be a man. So my question is, does a woman have a right to tell a man if he's a man or not? If she doesn't know how to teach one to be one, does she have the right to tell one if he is one? And I mean,
Hold on.
if y'all-
I'm about to drag Trev in real quick. Hold on, Trev.
Slim Wavy, Mr. Slim
All right,
Wavy.
here we go.
No,
Better late than never, but never late is better.
Hold up, I'm blocking the whole light. I gotta figure out my lighting situation really quick.
Everybody, this is Trevor.
Hello.
Trevor, aka Trendsetter, also known as the Bedweather, real Slim Wavy. He got the whole logo up and all that, man.
I'm jealous.
Travis probably the only music. So I know everyone came out with that top 10 Apple joint. You know what I mean? Like, who you listen to? I'm surprised Trevor ain't up there for me, cause that's all I listen to. Even in Germany, I was telling Fee like, "Yo, this my man's. This is his track. This is what he got." I probably blast Trevor music more than anybody I know. By far.
You was trying to get Trevor out there. Let's,
I
you
was
wanna
trying.
talk
So
about it.
there was times my fault. I don't even know what y'all was talking about. But this is
Go
Trevor's-
ahead. This is
just-
intro.
Yeah, this is introduction. So even in Germany when we used to go out, like goddamn, every weekend or whatever, like I would tell the DJ Dollar Bill. Shout out to DJ Dollar Bill. What's up, Harm? I see you in there, Johnny, cousin Trav, mom. I know that was funny. Yeah, all I do is eat a bowl of cereal. But anyways, I used to tell DJ Dollar Bill like, yo, this is my man's music. Like, what he gotta do to come out here to perform, you know what I'm saying? I was really out there. I was like his manager, but I wasn't his manager. Like, not like the manager's looking at, like, trying to just get a cut. But I was trying. I was really trying. I ain't gonna lie to you. But whenever he figure out his lighting situation, we could get back to it. Go ahead, Austin, because my cousin said that he wants you to get back to that question, though.
And so what I was saying, just basically like my father, he was highly important to me growing as a man. My mother, she did everything she could. She was a great mother. Like, I couldn't ask for more. But as a woman, she don't know what it is to be a man. But a man knows what it is to be a man. Or even if he don't, he has a better clue or idea what it is, just because he is one. You know, so I always hear women telling men that you're not a man enough, or whatever the case may be in that way, shape, or form. So I always ask myself, does a woman have the place to tell a man if he's man enough if she doesn't know how to be a man herself? And just because I start this question, I wanted to start with myself, and I just feel like no, she doesn't. But I will say she can have an idea of what she wants her man to be like. But at the end of the, go ahead.
Yeah,
What you
no,
about to
no.
say?
Well, I just want to grab that first because the answer is no. But to an extent, to a degree, you don't know what that black woman went through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know
That's true.
what black men she dealt with and whatever all the baggage that they came with. We don't know that. But however, the answer is no. But due to her experience and her knowledge in the, let's say, just the field, I would say so. I would say so. It just depends. It just depends on the woman and what she's been through, because we don't know. It's a situation basis. That's how I feel.
And like and like I was saying, I said no, they can't. But I do feel they have a right to say what man I want. So I feel like you can't tell a man what is a man.
Okay.
But if you want to be with a certain man, I feel like you do have the right to say, look, this is the type of man I want to be with. But I feel like there's no way you can sit here, just like they would not want us to tell us what a woman is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Or-
this whole
Or what
how
is
to-
a woman, right?
Yeah,
Or how to
so
be a woman, right?
how to be a woman. So I feel in the same strength, you can't tell us what a man is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to sit here and say, hey, look, based on what my father or the men in my life have shown me what a man is, you're not showing me that? Cool. But I still just think based on them telling us we can't tell them how to be a woman, I don't think they should tell us how to be a man. And they not a man. So I don't think they would, even if they was told all the information, because you're not going through what a man goes through on a daily basis or going through the trials and tribulations. Because another thing too, what I learned and seen a lot of women talk about communication is key. But what I also noticed as men, we're not teaching each other how to communicate. And then women try to teach us and we can't get it because we don't speak the same way. A man has to teach you how to speak as a man so you can get your conversation out. That's
what I was
just
gonna-
how I see.
And see, that brings my point back to the black family, black home, because let's honestly, like a lot of black families do not like communicate. Black fathers don't communicate with their son. You know, like Felix said earlier, you know, with his daughter being a sponge, you know, as a child, if you see that growing up, effective communication, that stuff you latch on to, right? If you see you growing up and you see, you know, your parents always arguing, you may feel like that is the effective way to communicate, you know, just trying to scream your point across. That is a big, you know, pivotal idea for people growing up, right? So I'm gonna go back to the question though, as you say that, I don't feel like that at all. Like I don't feel a woman could say anything about a man simply because, like you said, a woman is not a man, right? They only deal with men, right? Shout out to all the faithful black men.
Hold on, let me get
right?
that. My mom just said a woman can't tell a man how to be a man, but she can tell him what she expects of him.
That's what I was gonna say, right? Because
That's what I said. I just want to let you know that's what I said.
I was gonna bring up my past relationship. My past relationship, right? My ex-girlfriend was very close to her father, right? And I saw how he was toward her as a father. Like, so I expected like what she wanted from a man was in a way what she, like how her father treated her, you know? Like a woman idea of a man 9 times out of 10 is what she wants from the man. You know what I mean? You're not a man. Like, oh, if you're not doing this for me, you're not a man type. You know, when you get into them arguments with women, like, you a little boy, shut up. Like, you know, you get that from when like, you're not a man. Like, oh, I can even like, I've gotten a text before with a girl, when a girl's like, a man gonna be a man for what he wants. That doesn't. How does that not make me a man because I don't want you, or you know, like because I'm not showing you what you want me to do for you? That doesn't not make me a man. That just not makes me the man for you per se, right? And we get this a lot where you see black women. Oh, I'm not say black women. I'm gonna say women because I'm not gonna, degrade black women like that. It's literally women in general. Women will always call a man a boy or try to degrade a man simply because he's not doing what she wants him to do, right? And that's why I feel like it's very important for black men to be in, their lot, like their sons, their kids.
Johnny said it'd be the ones that grew up without a father trying to tell brothers how to be a meme.
That's a fact. That is totally a fact. It's always, and I'm not gonna say it's only them. That is large. Definitely, coming from where we're from, where a lot of girls, the goat. Shout out to the goat in the chat. Shout out to like a lot of women. Definitely growing up in urban societies where they have father issues, where they may not be present. They're quick to tell a guy that they're not a man or something simply because their relationship isn't working, or XYZ reason. Any problem where it becomes a disagreement, that's where a lot of times their point is like, you're not a man. You can't tell me how to be a man because you're not a man yourself. And that alone makes it like, that makes that question null and void because
yo TJ, my mom Lisa
she's probably a chicken head who made that statement. I see it. Honestly, like, I just feel like for women, their idea of a man is what they want 9 times out of 10, or they like to bring up, positive men that they see, like, oh, he got a job, so he a man. You don't know what happened to the man that you're dealing with at the time that he doesn't have a job. He could be in between jobs. It could be a hard job, Mark. You know what I mean? Oh, you got to hustle to be a man. Everybody don't have to do, sell drugs or scam or do something negative to be a man. There's just, it's troubling times. Like, it's troubling times. So I just feel like that whole statement as, women trying to tell men that they're not a man or try to, is just totally false. That's just my idea on it. That's personally me.
Hey, Fee, what you got to say about this?
I'm gonna start off by saying, when do women really know what it is that they want? So let that sink in. With that being said, I agree. A woman can't tell a man how to be a man because she's not one. But then again, you got men trying to be women. So it's like, come on, bro. We're sending mixed messages. And it's like, if you a real man, you're gonna do whatever you need to do, right? But only a real man will know that. So that goes back to the point that we made earlier with, at what point, or do you think there's enough stuff in the society showing this young generation how to be a man? So it's a big circle, but nah, not at all. I think it's better off let a man tell or teach and show a man how to be a man, and just leave it like that.
I know you got something to say about this, John.
I just want to confirm the question.
All right, so the question was, do you feel a woman can tell a man if he's a man or not, or how to be a man?
A woman can't teach a man how to be a man or tell a man how to be a man, but she can tell a boy how to be a man.
Okay.
Interesting. Why?
I think you chatting or you potting already. Let me hear something. Keep on chatting.
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't need, like, a mother could teach a boy how to be a man. It doesn't necessarily need to be a father teaching you how to be a man. I mean, most likely, yeah, but if you got a father figure in your life, someone that you see is holding themselves to the standards of what it is to be a man, in your idea of your own righteousness, what a man is, like whatever the closest concept could be. To me, it was my grandfather. As I got older, it was my older brother. And then, sure enough, I was the man in my own life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the closest thing to what father figure would be right now. Like, I feel like I hold myself to a good enough standard that I could teach another person how to be a man. But my mom raised me, so she had to be daddy and mommy, you feel me? But like Nigel said, it's just what you've been through. Like, she had a younger brother, she dealt with whatever men she was with, she had a father. So, you know, all those different components she was able to teach me how to be a man at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely got the aspects of what she expected to be a man. So I would agree with what you said and what everybody else said. In totality, it really is about what does she expect for a man to be. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But in the same time, she can teach a boy how to be a man. Not a man. You can't teach a grown man how to be a man. At that point, he gotta get on.
I would say, well, you shouldn't be, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. There's some grown men out here who still need to be taught.
Well, I'm gonna talk about me being a grown man today and how sometimes I still need to be taught how to be a grown man. Because speaking of dealing with women, I kind of did something the other day that like I should have handled better, but it just happened. So
What you did?
I'ma just say I'm recently, you know, engaging and talking to somebody at the time, and we decided to go on a date. It's the first day we going out on, and so she hit me up and she said, yo, meet me at my crib. So I'm like, all right. So I go to her building. I'm on her floor. She told me it was F. So I'm walking. I was like, I don't know which way is F, because it was a project, so I don't got the letters to say which way is which. So I'm walking, and then I see E. But it looked like F to me based on all the decorations that was in the way of the door. So I'm like, all right, here I go. Knocking on the door. Dum, 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 dum. Making sure they hear me. Then they like, who that? I'm like, it's Austin. They open the door, they look at me. Now, as a man, as a grown man, I should have known to stand there, wait to be greeted, and then to start the conversation. But what I messed up at is like, as soon as they open the door, I'm like, yo, I'm here. Got my head all in their crib, like it don't matter. Looking, I see 2 kids on the floor. Now, mind you, this young lady has a kid, so I was thinking maybe she just doing babysitting real quick. And I was looking at the lady at the door. I'm like, who is this? And she's like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell her my name. This might be the wrong door. I was like, I'm looking for 10F. She's like, it's down the hall. I'm like, oh. So I went down the hall to finally see the young lady I was meeting. And then I told her what happened. She told me her friend did that as well. So I didn't feel so bad. Like, I'm not the only one who did it. I'm not bugging. I'm not blind. But I was still wrong for putting my whole head and trying to get in there. Like, I should have been more respectful as a man and just like waited till I was greeted to come in the apartment. But so based on that story,
you almost got greeted with something else.
I'm about to say I could have also got greeted with something else. But based on that story, have anybody else had like a funny moment or a weird moment that could have messed up the date on your first date with a woman?
I haven't been on the date since,
damn, he making me think.
Right, like on the first date.
We still call them dates? Like, we just trying to chill. I'm just trying to chill.
It's a little different.
I mean, whatever you try and call it, you know, just like anytime you dealt with a woman and it was a crazy, awkward, or funny moment.
I don't think I've had any awkward or crazy. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I got one for you, right? So it's a summer day.
Hold on, let me turn down the music real quick. If you ain't know, Trevor, I have 0 friends playing in the background. I know y'all can't hear it because y'all in the Discord, but go ahead. I'll turn it down a little bit.
It's a summer day, right?
Oh, shit.
Go meet up with somebody. We walk around Central Park, birds just chirping. You feel me? Regular. Only thing that's is like, yo, let's go get something to eat, get a drink. You know, that's usually my go-to to break the ice. Let's get something to eat and get a drink. You know, after you eat, you content, you happy, drinks break the comfort zone. So we walking, and the whole time I feel like, yo, my pits is dogging. Like I'm smelling my underarms. Like, yo, is it me? Like the whole time I'm tripping. Like, damn,
Was it the chopped cheese?
My hits is going crazy, and I could have sworn I just did my appliance of the deodorant before I left. So we get in the little restaurant. Mind you, we've been walking around for like 45 minutes. This is definitely not in my caliber of first dates, you know. Just be walking for 45 minutes. So I'm sweating too in the walk. So now it's even more believable in my mind that the smell is coming from me. So we in the restaurant, we chilling, order a drink or whatever. And then I guess she went to go like cheers me or something. And that's when it came from underneath like a dragon. Whoa. Hit me. I'm like, oh, nah,
Wait, so
sorry.
it was you or was her?
It was
her. But I still,
You know, it's crazy. When he first started the story, he said we was walking. You said that. I'm like, Shorty probably was boofing.
but I ain't know, like, for a while. Because, like, I went to her crib later. Not that same day, but, like, we had an encounter that led to her crib. And I was in her apartment, and I'm waking up in the morning and seeing her apply deodorant, her laying down and still smelling. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, nah.
Ooh, she gotta go.
That was you that day. It wasn't me.
But she has some natural deodorant. And like, since in my adult years, I've dated a lot of girls that use like vegan deodorant and stuff like that. Some of them don't have a scent. And yeah, throughout the day, if you smell it, it might smell a little funky. But in my 27-year-old life, I understand that may not just be she wasn't taking a shower or something. Like, I really bubbled it down to that, like, yo, this is crazy. She done got out the shower, watched her put the deodorant on, and she still stink? Like, oh, no, that's crazy. But, yeah, that was my first one time. That happened, like, 3 years ago, too.
Crazy story. Dang.
Nigel, you next.
You know what's crazy? I can't really say that I had a first time, like, your first, like you... Austin and fucking Trev, y'all said that's like y'all first initial, like, you know what I'm saying, like, embarrassing moment on the date. You know, I don't think I honestly had any that was like that because I haven't been on a date in so long, my man.
But you have been on a date.
He don't do dates. Basically, he don't do dates.
All right, so what about? Okay, what about back in the day, Netflix and chilling before Netflix was here? Like, you did something.
I did a lot. But I really can't say that it was just one embarrassment. I mean, I've been catfished before. Multiple.
I've had catfish.
I'm about to say we probably all had catfish.
If you from the city, you've been catfished before.
Tinder is a crazy place, my boy.
I got Tinder. I got catfish from MySpace.
My man said MySpace. I haven't been on MySpace since.
She must have edited the photo crazy for that.
Crazy.
Besides being catfish, I don't think I had like an absolute like embarrassing moment.
So we know what we about to do. We about to give you some time, and we're gonna let Fee and TJ go before, you know. So Fee, you go.
I was in high school, and I'm like, I met this shorty. I'm like, all right, I'm about to pull up. Pulled up. We get talking, blah, blah, blah. It's just doing the school thing, the school vibe. Eventually, we get to the point where it's like, yo, come to the crib. She feeling it. I'm like, all right, word. Like, I'm about to get through. So I tell her, pull up. We walk to the crib. She like, oh, I don't usually do nothing on the first date. I was like, yeah, I know. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Back in the day, you always got the basketball shorts underneath the pants. You have
Oh yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Cold. So I'm like, yo, as soon as I get the green light, I'm gonna pull my shit out. So I whip my shit out. Action happened. I'm getting in. I'm like, I put the helmet on. I'm in there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm beating it up. I look, get up. There's a stain on the mattress.
Whoa.
I'm like, hold on. It gets better, bro. I'm like, hold on, what happened? I'm checking myself. I'm like, yo, is it me? It can't be. I got the Jimmy on. Like, I'm straight. So I checked Jimmy. Jimmy's clean. I'm like, yo, nah, this bitch. Yeah. I'm like, yo, are you on your period? That's why you so tight. I'm a virgin. I was like, oh no. So bro, pale face, everything. I start panicking. I'm like, nah, I gotta get this bitch out the crib. Like, my mom's about to be home. Somebody about to say, hey, my mom about to be here. You gotta go. So she like, like, I. I'm like, yo, get your shit. I'm like thinking like, fuck, how do I get blood out fucking sheets? So I'm like, fuck. I don't got no club soda. Like, I don't know how to do this shit. I'm still young. So I'm like, yo, you gotta go. Bring out the back. It was snowing. We used the back door and we left footprints from the back door. But this bitch, she ain't step in my prints, bro. She stepped in her like to the side of me. I'm like, fuck. So I let her out. My stepfather came home. He was like, bro, why you home so early? I'm like, nah, I wasn't feeling too hot. So I came to the crib like, all right, whatever. Bro, this man, he walks to the backyard. This nigga, he see the footprints. And he like, you had a bitch in there. I'm like, fuck, you got me.
He like,
how do you know? How do you know? He came to the room. He's like, hold on, there's no sheets on the bed. Me, I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I put the shit in the wash, but I ain't start the wash.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh, this shit stink. I was so embarrassed, bro. I'm like, nah. He's like, this blood? I was like, oh. He told my mom too. My mom was sick. You dirty little boy. Da, da, da. Oh, like, damn. Oh, that's not funny.
Nah, man, my only one was, man, I took this, what was in college? It was like college. I feel like I ain't just graduated. So a few years ago, it's like when I first got there, like that's like that between the first, second semester. You know, at that time, I'm new to the school. You know, I'm trying to do what I try to do. You know, talk to a girl here, talk to a girl there. Started talking to this. I got this girl number. Shorty asked me to go out. Well, it's crazy. Thinking about it, she asked me to go out. So I'm like, all right, cool. Have my boy, because my boy had a Chrysler. So I have to use him as a limo because I ain't have a whip yet. So I was like, yo, bro, can you drive me and this girl, you know, to get some food? I mean, to go on this date. Like, yeah, I got you. So pull up, go for my dorm. Like I lived in the dorm my first year. We went to her dorm, picked her up, you know, came out. You gotta be nice and cordial, you know, courteous, and open the door, court her and shit. So she, you know, she think you a gentleman and all that. Mind you, I'm a savage at that time.
He's beasting.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm trying to be nice. You know, I'm trying to get in the boom. So, you know, I'm trying to talk to her or whatever. I'm courting her. Go to go out to eat. We took her to cheesecake. I'm like, bugging. I don't think. Yeah. I don't know what was wrong with me, right? Cause let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. When the bill came, I went to swipe, son.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm like, wait, hold on. Check my bank account. Niggas took the money for my fucking phone bill. I'm like, I'm wild. So she asked me like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, I got you. Hold on. I'm checking something real quick. Mind you, I'm here like, yo, can you let me hold some money real quick? Like, all right, like, okay, let me hold some. I got you back. Or whatever. I'm like, So luckily I thought about, like, oh shit, I pay half. I pay half on the credit card because I forgot all about my credit card. Pay half on the credit card. Had to pay half on the bill. But when I tell you, she was looking at me funny like, "Oh, this nigga is broke."
Bro,
she was like,
he can't figure his funds out.
Yeah, sound like we
That's
left.
when you gotta hit him with the Sometimes I'll be forgetting to transfer from the savings to the check. I be trying to figure out where it's at.
So I had to, finesse. Like, so I wrote my bro, like, yo, drop us off, like at the beginning of the campus, so I could walk her back, just so we could spend some time. Bro, by the end of that conversation, I was like, yeah, she done dubbed my stupid ass. And I was like, all right, I know what to do next time. Just take a go to cookout and we'll be straight. Like, just get a nice little $10 meal. Instead of trying to go all out, let her get the cheesecake. She bought the cheesecake.
How much was the bill?
Bro, that shit was like $60-some on the first day. I'm like, I wasn't thinking of spending all that. I should have took her to Texas Roadhouse where the shit is like $30. I had that, but that extra literally, I didn't know my phone bill got taken out. Like, usually I'm on top of that. I'm as a college student, you budgeting. You gotta budget your shit. Like
Penny pinching.
like a mom. Like toward the end of college, I'm selling sneakers just so I could at least stay above water.
Yeah.
Because I ain't have a job. Because literally, if you don't got a car in North Carolina, 9 times out of 10, you asked out. And I ain't get that car until like that next summer when I ended up staying there for the summer. I got a job, full-time job, then got the whip. But before that first year, I was like, all right. And these Southern girls is like, they nice or whatever, but you gotta like, if you try to come, you gotta come hard type shit. Like
they big on courting.
They big on that. Like that's what you gotta be. You gotta be a gentleman. And I'm literally, I haven't been there a year yet. So I'm still straight New York. Like fuck out of here. Like I'm really like you're. Now, trust me, I was definitely in my first year there. Like what's good? Like walking up to a girl and all that, and that was like, damn, it won't happen no more. So that was my embarrassing experience. I was like, that ain't it, cause these girls be wilding, Mo. These girls be wilding.
That's tough.
I got a question though.
Wilding.
Do y'all think men are supposed to pay on a first date?
Ooh. You know how?
Hold that thought. I'm about to get some water.
While you get some water, Nice, you answer the question about your awkward moment with a woman. First date, first chill, first something.
I think I know for sure y'all should know this. I'm pretty sure I told this story when I first got back from Germany. I was swiping right on Tinder, like grocery shop. I used to shop back then, boy. You just swipe that thing until you find a match. But anyways, swiping, right? I'm swiping. Used to be on shift, like, hold on, let me keep swiping. We're in different area code. Let me swipe this zip code real quick. Got a match, right? This girl just had face picture. Whoever's in the chat, be advised, them face pictures, don't do it. If it ain't a full shabam,
that's a fact.
Don't swipe. So I matched with this girl, and she said, she wrote me like, oh hey, what's good? How you doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm in Germany, so all these girls I'm matching with foreign. They're not, black or American women. At least
already too good to be true.
So I swipe right. I matched with this girl, and then it took me directly to her IG. So I was on her IG. I'm like, yo, something. Oh, what up, Dro? Dro in the stream. What's up, my man?
I think I know which one this is.
Yes. He's like,
yes, sir.
So I matched with this girl, and it took me like, her profile didn't have much. She had like 2-3 pictures of her face. Okay, she a little cute, whatever, cool. I took that link from her IG. I went straight to her IG, and I'm noticing on her IG something not right. I had to. Her shit was private, so I had to wait for her to set me. But on her account, she had the Pornhub link. So I'm like, what did I get here? Pornhub link. She out here doing the do. Like, I click on the Pornhub link. Shout out to the Pornhub premiums out there. I click on the Pornhub link, right? It brought me to her profile on the Pornhub. No, not check Joe. So it took me to the Pornhub like profile. I look on her profile and I'm like, all right, she an actor, But it was a little solo Jones.
He trying to church it up.
It was a little solo Jones. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy, Trav. It wasn't nothing. Look at Trav's face.
Yeah, because
It
she's an
wasn't
actor.
She's an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Actress.
No, not.
Yeah,
oh,
actress.
man. Joe is dropping names, boy. Not that one either. But anyways, I'm like, this girl's an actress, but it was a lot of solo Jones. Like, it wasn't nothing like a whole set. You feel me? It was just like, oh, I'm over here with it, I'm over there with it. So I'm looking, and these videos are like, they're not. The quality was like so shitty, like iPhone 6. Like, and I'm like,
Amateur.
I'm like, for real. So I'm like, something not right about these goddamn videos or whatever. So I was like, all right, she out here though. Like, she on Pornhub. She on Pornhub, bro. Not only, this is before the OnlyFans. You feel me?
I was about to say, sound like she got OnlyFans.
Before the Snapchat Premium. So I was like, all right. She accepted my John and all that, and she called me one day on a Snapchat video, or whatever. And I'm like, yo, like, what's good? And she like, oh, you know, we good. Nice to see you, and you know, how you doing? So I'm like, all right. Then I was like, yo, why is her pictures oriented from the neck up? Something wasn't right. So she started out of nowhere. It's like the second or third day. She started talking wild. Like, I want you. I wanna do it like this. I wanna do it like that. I'm like, yo, I just met you, bro. I just met you. So look at Trev's face. Like, this is a true story. So she's like, I want to do it like this, like that, over here, over there. But she was so far away. Just based on like the words in the original text, it was like, yo, I need to make a trip. Joe. We out. Let's make a trip. And then Joe was like, no, I ain't doing it. Oh, no sir.
Busy.
He's like, I ain't doing it. You better take your ass out there by yourself. Whatever. She was far. Joe said, giving me big bitches from. Oh man, Cockburn was good. He said, "What a hoe." Thomas said, "What a hoe's at?" He said, "I'm in this bitch." But anyways, so I was like, "Yo, you live so far away," and then she hit me with the, "Oh, I travel for work." Travel for work? Like, what you? Who are you?
You ain't got no job, Tommy. Oh.
She was like, yeah, I travel for work, but I'm gonna be in Frankfurt. I'm gonna be in Frankfurt next Saturday. Pull up with your boys. We have a good time. Like, good time. How you gonna invite them to a good time? You know what I'm saying? It's me. It's just only me.
My boy.
I ain't here to share. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to share. She's like, yeah, invite you and your crew. All right.
He looked in the camera. He was ready.
I was like, why? Like, so I'm like, nah. Thomas said, sharing is caring. Nah, I can't do it. We ain't even gonna get into that. Deron. Trav. We ain't gonna get into that.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
So I was like, nah, hold on. What's really good with your pictures? Something wasn't right. And I'm like, yo, send me pictures on Snapchat. She's sending me crazy shit. I'm looking at the light, like her lighting situation was dim, red light. You feel me? Red light. I know what that red light means. You get
she was on the district?
I know what that so when I started to see her pictures, like, it was so crazy, like, it was just mad over the top. And it was on like the second, third day even. And then
too good to be true.
I was like, no, I want to see like you. Like, let me see you. Man. She sent me the full body pic. She barely came up to my kneecap. And I'm not even that tall. I'm like, hold on. I was like,
not the midget, Mac.
Bro. She was.
Yo.
This girl was a whole midget. I'm like, yo, how could she even talk this reckless? Talking about, I want you to do like this. I will hurt you.
Bro, this whole time he was telling me this shit too.
And I
time.
was telling Fee, I was like, yo, something ain't right. And then I was like, yo, hold on. Would you do it? You feel me? Like, would you do it? Like, if this was you, would you make that trip? She was talking wild. I'm like, yo, this girl's a midget. I'm gonna hurt this girl. Like, I'm 5'9", 180. Like, you know, 2% body. I can't
Violate.
do it. I was like, I will hurt this girl. And then she was like, oh, but I've been with so many black guys before. You're not. You won't be the first.
He said,
won't be the last.
I'm more concerned because
In
I'm a
Germany.
whole size guy.
In Germany.
In Germany,
She like, check
I
my
had to-
resume.
I had to get up out of there. And what's crazy about it is, like, at the end of the day, at the end of it, I was like, you know what? It'll hurt my pride if I do this. it will hurt me. I just couldn't do it. It was there. It was so many times that she would be like, oh, I'm traveling for work. I'm in this city. I'm in that city. I'm only an hour away. I'm only 30 minutes away. And I would be like, damn, do I really want to make that trip for a midget?
You could have crossed that off a bucket list or something.
Yeah, actress.
Nah, it hurt his pride because it was beneath him, literally.
Literally.
I was
He
like, yo,
said that whole situation was beneath me.
my
That's
man, I cannot make this up. And like I said, at the end of the day, I was more concerned for her because I was like, damn, I could really hurt this girl. I could really hurt. I could really. Thomas said, "Word, midget pussy chat."
Yeah, only time is
I couldn't do it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I hit it with the SpongeBob. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna head out. That was my most, but it wasn't really like a moment as far as like embarrassing because I never went through with it. I feel that if I would have went through with it, then
You entertained it though. You
but
definitely.
I didn't know. How you gonna blame me for not knowing?
Hey, all I'm gonna say, you entertained.
You was in
and
denial. I'm gonna say
contemplating.
you was
Bro,
in
I was
denial.
there. I witnessed this shit firsthand. Don't let this man hold you.
Of course. And nigga, it's tempting. Vagina is always tempting. Definitely, that's different for him. You in another country, my boy could just, experience it one time just to say he did it. You better than a lot of other people. 'Cause
Yeah,
like,
but there's some people that would have took that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
why not? She ain't asking for no relationship. She's trying to get pounded by a brother. She's talking about.
And what
Tossed around like a football, bro.
what was crazy is the fact that like on her Snapchat, like on her stories, it was so much shit. It was so much over the top shit. Like you know how females be putting like, oh, my black, like I want a brother like looking like,
Right,
goddamn,
right, Thomas?
Idris
I'm in the right
Elba
headspace.
Or anything like that. Like it was just she was like, oh, like she'll just post crazy ass shit is directly targeted to black men. I'm like, god damn, like who is this girl, bro? I'm a black man. Like, who is this girl? You feel me? It's my turn.
Yeah, you was entertaining that. Call it being-
We don't know he entertained
I
it.
didn't know, and I told my wife about it, like, later on and shit. And she was like, I would have did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Why not?
I'm saying.
You don't know what
She
it's
said
like.
she would have.
She was like, you should have did it. If I was you, I would have just did it.
Why not? Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing coming from it.
Hey,
As long as you
shout out-
strap it up,
Shout out to all the little people out there.
Shout out to
But-
the little.
we gonna go back to that.
They need
trap.
love too. That's a fact. Oh, word. Yeah, let's not forget.
Let's not think because that was a good question. He
Let me see what's
asked.
in
In
the chat.
2020.
Dro says, "Smash a midget." You know not to ask me. Thomas said, "Theron, you're in the right. You're on the right page. I see what I mean." Got you.
But that question
In
is
20
Go ahead, Trav.
In 2020, does a man have to pay on the first date?
You know
Or
what's
just a date in general?
You know what's crazy about
Like-
that question? I had a conversation with a couple girls, right? It was a group of us, and that I was like, nah. I feel like the person who initiates it should pay. Like, I mean, if a girl asks me, "Hey, you want to go out?"
That's fair.
She shouldn't look for me to pay when you ask me to go out. Like, huh? I could be playing 2K right now. You asking for my time. But I feel like 9 times out of 10, I mean, I'm initiating the first date anyway, so I feel obliged to pay simply because I asked her for her time. You know what I mean? Like, after a while though, because like I said, I've been in a couple relationships. Like in a relationship, I think it's different. Like, you know, sometimes she'll pay, sometimes I'll pay. You know, it depends. But as for the first date, if I initiate the first date, I feel like I should be respectful enough to pay because you know you're giving me your time. You know what I mean? If she asks me, then that's a different story.
So you telling me if Shorty was like, hold on, Thomas. Hey, Thomas, write your question. I'll get to it later. But so you telling me if she like, yo, TJ, I'm trying to chill, pull up. I'm gonna take care of you. Is it so? You telling me at
that's
that
not
point,
going out. Trying to chill don't mean go out.
I mean like trying to chill. I'm trying to link. Like let's go out. Let's hang out. If she say let's hang out, do you feel that paying, planning, all that falls on her?
Let's hang out isn't necessarily let's do something specific. Oh, let's go get something to eat. Let's go to the movie. Let's hang out. We could chill in the car and talk. We can take a walk in the park. That's all free stuff. Have a little quick picnic. There's a bunch of free stuff you can do that doesn't require money, and that's why there's a difference between hanging out or let's go on a date. Let's do that.
That's what be killing me, right? Is like I've had numerous situations where it's like you go on a date with a girl, you pay because it's the gentleman thing to do, right? And then you find yourself doing something else. It's like, oh, let's go over here and get something to eat. And you're like, all right. Then the bill comes and like, you looking like, I'm looking at her like, oh, you not gonna reach for the sticky? All right. You know, and then it's like 3, 4, 5. You're like, yo, come on. Like, you about to get left doing the dishes. Like, my thing with the whole, I feel like it should be a lot of bill splitting. Because you don't know who you getting yourself into with. Like, if a girl pay for me, I'm like, all right, I don't even got to worry about her. I'll pay for her anytime. Like, if she got the courtesy to just pay for me off rip, I could pay for her meal anytime in the future and not have to question it. Like, I just feel like if she could extend that offer beforehand, then it won't be a question later. But some girls just be trying to finesse, looking pretty, looking cute, don't have $1 in their pocket, just be finessing you for the meal, like
for the free meal.
Free meal.
And the free meal in the Uber. Trying to go sightseeing.
So like with me, like I do think like first date it should be Dutch. And why I say that is like so everybody pay for themselves. And why I say that is because like I feel like a lot of situations people feel like it's the man's job to do everything so he can court the woman so she could be like, oh, you want me, right? So you got to do this and that. But I feel like we're both trying to entertain each other to see if we want each other. So I think we should both pay for our own self. And then if we do want to do this on and on, then okay, I can understand to pay for it. But because I know how society is, when I want to take a woman out, I pay. But like Deron said, if she offers, yo, fam, I didn't ask to do this. So like, if you also feel like if I ask you out that I gotta pay, then when you ask me out, then I feel you gotta pay. That's how I feel, just to keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? So if you asking me out to do something, I feel you gotta pay. But because I know how society works, and if I really like a woman, I want to show her that in some way I'm stable enough to provide funds. You know what I'm saying? Because some women do look for that. So I do want to show you that I'm willing to court you. I have the funds to do it and all that stuff. If I really like you, I want to show you that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm just, cause like if I really like you, I'm gonna ask to go out with you. But if I don't like you like that, then I ain't gonna ask. I'm gonna be cool with just texting you. Cause like Deron, no, I don't like FaceTime. I ain't calling you. I ain't doing none of that. So like, I don't want to do none of that. So if I really like you and I want to be with you, I'm gonna take you out. And because just I know how society plays, and I know for in the average eyes of a woman, you would want to look to a guy that shows some stability with his funds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna take you out and pay for everything. You know, like the girl I just took out, I pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's all on me, baby. I got this.
You got that bag. That's why.
You know, I got a little light bag.
Not everybody got that bag, but that also goes back to your situation, especially being in college. I mean, you ain't had a bag back then, did you? You know what I'm saying? We ain't had a bag.
I mean,
we ain't had a bag back then.
Waiting for the refund check. I was waiting for the refund check.
Yo, Austin's face killed me, dude.
Hey,
I was like, I ain't had a bag, but like I was, trust me, My pockets was eating. I found a way. You feel me?
That's all it is.
Heard that.
Sometimes you just gotta make.
Remember when that?
ends meet.
Remember when Red Lobster was a good date?
Oh yeah, that's long gone now. Girls,
That's not on. You can't do
Beyonce
chain
minimized
restaurants
that.
no more.
Beyonce minimized that Red Lobster shit.
Yeah,
when
you
she
can't get
talked
Red
about-
Lobster off no more.
When she said she'll take my ass to Red Lobster, that done degraded that whole
All you need is
restaurant.
those snow crab legs, and that's it. With them free ass biscuits. Man,
Overdose on the biscuits.
I was about to say, pass some biscuits, bro. Them Jones be
Yeah,
hit.
and water. He's gonna have a water. Get your
I
ass
mean, like
full as
you
hell.
said, you gotta act. You gotta also act your wage. So I think also like keep it a buck. If a woman dealing with a broke dude or dude just don't got his funds together right now, if you want to go out, you gotta pay. I mean, that's the dude you're dealing with, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think
it's a
also-
misconception on that though, on what it takes to build with somebody.
Oh, that's a fact. And especially acrimony definitely built messed up the you know what I mean. I can't say the word right now, but acrimony definitely messed up the conception of dealing with that situation. If y'all seen the movie,
No, I haven't.
Look into it.
well, she was holding the dude down, and he just couldn't get right. You know,
Since
what I'm saying?
college, she was with him for 20
Yeah,
years.
since college, and then so she was just done with it. So she broke up with him after.
Is that
20 years.
what this?
Taraji. That's
This
with
chick?
Taraji. It's with
Yeah,
Taraji.
Taraji P. Henson.
She
Yeah,
Let
so
me
she
get-
finally broke on him after 20 years, and then after she broke on him, he got on. Like he got made like millions. So he's like, yo, since you held it down, I'm gonna give you a little side. I think he gave her like $2 million.
he gave her 10
She
mil.
felt the way because she was like, nah, that's my empire. And he got a new wife now, so she was tight. And at the end of the Jones, she tried to kill
I
everybody.
think-
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, basically like
That would it be though? She might have been holding him back. The bad energy he ain't need.
Nah, let me tell you what. I'm specifically right. So they got together in college. She funded him basically because the nigga was broke, right? She funded him with because she had got her mom died. She had got like $350,000. She paid for his car. She was paying for, everything that came along with him because he ain't have it. Like she funded him through college, through the rest of his college. She paid for his college degree. All while he had this idea, like this dream of like this battery, right? It's a battery, right?
If he had Nathan BBs, they was taken.
He had nothing. She was literally funding him through everything, right? Blew through all the money, right? They ended up staying together. Mind you, the 18 years he wasn't working. He get little side jobs, but she had to work 2 jobs. Mind you, she caught him cheating while she was in college. She got into an accident while she caught him cheating, which means she couldn't have a baby. So she felt like her life, she basically wasted the early years of her life being like dealing with him, right? 20 years later, she basically, her sister who hated him found a wallet that was in his truck and it was the same girl that he cheated on her in college with, but he was only talking to her because she worked at the company that he was trying to get his battery put on with so he could get that money. So he didn't cheat on her, but all she saw was the wallet for confirmation because she was done with him. Like mentally, she was like, this relationship is draining, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, when you got people in your ear trying to persuade you and you're already feeling weak about like a relationship or something, it's easy for you to like say, fuck it. So basically she dubbed him. And like he said, he ended up getting put on. He ended up being with the girl that he cheated on her with. She ended up pregnant and all of this. At this point, Taraji like, damn, like I should have did this. Like I was with you for 20 years. I did with you with all this bullshit. This is me. And she see the other girl in her place and she went buck wild. She started going crazy or whatever. And then like Austin said at the end of the movie, mind you, he got a boat. Like he making 9 figures at this point.
Yo, he was like Wolf of Wall Street, bro. He was getting
like money. She took him to court trying to be like, half the thing is mine. He's like the judge dismissed that like, nah, y'all got divorced way before, and he gave you 10 million. Like, go about your way. she was not trying to handle. She was not trying to handle that. Hear that.
That's sad.
And so
I don't
ultimately,
even need to hear no more.
so, but it's
I
crazy.
already know how that goes.
But it's crazy if you think about it, right? If you look on on blog posts and like people's opinions on it, there's a lot of people like, yo, it's like she's right.
She deserve it.
Yeah, like she's right. Mind you, she dubbed him. He don't want to go back with you no more. He dubbed you. There's no reason why you should feel like he got to go back into that relationship after you dubbed him because he got money now. Like, that makes no sense. So that's the whole like argument on like the internet is with acrimony, like, yo, who's wrong in that situation? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, honestly, they both wrong. She's wrong for staying put because at the end of the day, he cheated on you. You should have left at that point. If you wanted better, you should have left at any point between then and when you decided to leave, and then he got put on. And for him, he should have never used her to fund his dreams type shit. Like, that's you as a man should do that for yourself, you know, ultimately, so you don't got one crazy females like that stalking you and doing crazy shit. And you should like, you know, should be happy that, you know, that's something you did for yourself type shit. Because at the end of the day, I feel where she was coming from, where she feel like she deserved half, even though she don't deserve it. I understand why she feel like she deserved that half because of.
But you can't do the good deed. You can't do the good deed and then be mad when somebody doesn't return the same energy. You feel me? Like, you can't be godly and get mad when somebody don't match you. Like, and then you go extra mode and get in your feelings.
But it's crazy because when I saw this movie,
that's a testament to your character. You feel me? If she did it to help him, she can't even be mad.
Nah, she did it because she loved him. She in a relationship. Like, that's why he paid her back $10 million, nigga. $10 million, you straight for the rest of your life if you, do that right. It's not.
What she really wanted was him. She wanted the whole.
At that point, yeah, because she felt like
exactly what she wanted.
She wanted him now because she felt
let's
like.
Get back to the question though. So, Fee, what do you think about who should pay?
Shit, the way I was raised, bro, the man pays. But that being said, like, to caveat off of somebody else's point was that it's a team effort, bro. Like, it shouldn't just be put on one person's shoulders. So if she not matching your energy, then she probably ain't for you, bro. So if she ain't making that effort to be like, yo, look, either we could split it or I'm gonna pay for what my fat ass ate or whatever have you, then ain't no point. Dub that shit right there. It's we too far in life right now, bro. Like, I'm about to be 30, bro. So I've been out this shit. I've been married for a long time. Until this day, like, me and my wife, thankfully, it don't matter who pays, but she always makes an effort. So
that's the fact. And
that's what counts the most.
Yeah, and speaking to that, like if I was dealing with a girl I really like, I'm gonna most likely pay most of the time. But I'm gonna respect her more if she takes the time to put in, be like, you know what? How about I pay for this time? You know what I'm saying? Because that's showing me like, all right, you are thinking like at the end of the day, like you said, it's teamwork. So even though maybe if I got the funds to pay every time, it still would help if you sometimes pay. And it's not like I'm looking for you to do it, but the fact that you even thought about doing it shows me the difference between you and the next chick. You know what I'm saying?
And it'd be crazy. Some of them be wanting you to take them out to eat all the time. Don't even know how to cook.
Only can cook chicken now.
Can't even cook. Not even that.
If you can't cook,
barely make a bowl of cereal.
You got something going on.
Too much milk.
You get that together.
Cereal.
You feel me? You gotta know the ratio. Some people don't know how to make a bowl of cereal.
Right.
Gangster, but like, nah. I definitely feel like it's a medium common ground that two adults need to be able to meet, and that's where you're gonna build your relationship. A lot of times, I feel like it's more leverage. Like, this person could be up here looking down at you, hoping that you about to meet them at their expectations, or they just expect you to be all the way up here, and they really down here too. Like,
that's a fact.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard because I date a lot of different racial women. Like I've been with women from all over, and I see different aspects of different cultural women in it, but they all expect the same thing, like be a gentleman, of course. But like that should be a stretch. Like they be stretching what a gentleman is. Like a gentleman, I'm gonna hold the door open for you. I'm not about to pay your rent. Like, like you're going crazy.
That's not a gentleman. That's a sugar daddy, and there's a big difference.
You feel me?
That's a simp right there.
So Nigel, what you think? What you think about that?
Like
Should
I
the
said,
man pay all the time?
No, I don't think so. No, because it goes back to when we was in me and he was in Germany. And I told you this before, like the stereotypical, the man gotta pull up, the man gotta write you in the DM, the man gotta initiate, the first encounter. In Germany, I didn't see that. Like I didn't see that with foreign women, and it was at times they was telling me like, "Yo, I'm trying to take you out." All right.
Not gonna lie, I agree with that though. The women from like Europe side, what's that? The Eastern Hemisphere or what? I don't know.
That's the Eastern Hemisphere.
There we go. You gotta be politically correct. They definitely be more like, let me take you out. Like, let me spoil you. Like, I want to treat you. I'm like, I ain't never seen this before.
Oh, so you saying? So y'all saying everybody from Europe shoot, even a woman?
I mean, they shoot. They shoot. Shooters.
Because the Europeans that come to the NBA, they be shooting. So even a woman shooting too in the DM.
So are you referring it to American? Is this that?
No, I'm just
I
saying.
don't want to make it America. Because if you say Eastern Hemisphere is Europe, we're in America right now. We can't talk about Canadian, Western Hemisphere, but we're more so in America. I mean, have y'all dealt with freaking Brazilian women or Southern Hemisphere, saying, or you know what I mean?
My point is that you just don't know. Like it depends on the vibe. So if a woman's gonna take you out, if she's gonna take you out, then I don't feel that you should be paying. If a woman says, "I want to take,"
we agree on that. We agree on that. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about Eastern Hemisphere women, European women, right? So what is the difference between European women and American women that has you saying? Go ahead.
Secure. They're more secure, bro. Like European women are more secure, bro. Like, and they're more in tune with in Europe in general. They're more secure with their sexuality, especially. So like, over here we're filtered over here again. Like over there, they do whatever they want. They do whatever they want. Prostitution is legal. So it's like, you feel me? Like they're exposed to that.
They still got a queen out there. She still kicking? I don't know. Somebody fact check me.
It just depends on the woman. It depends on the circumstance. Like if a woman want to be like, all right, that ass still Austin, I want to take you out. Like I want to take you out. I want to make sure me and you have a good time. Then that's her move. That's her move.
You know what it be too? The most of the time, if I met a girl that was from like Europe or any parts on that side, they over here on leisure time, like on vacay time. So they're not gonna be like, oh, take me out on a date and pay for it on my vacation. Like they on vacay time anyway. So I'm part of the vacation bundle package too. You feel me? Like
I heard the 5
you gotta pay for that.
I mean, yeah, that's the fact. Because speaking to that,
I think that's me trying to rationalize it. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say that they treat
because speaking to your point, that might just be a case that like it could be the same way when American women go over to Europe and they can be the same way and be more free. Because I've heard women go to Italy and they're kind of like free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they'll meet a husband somewhere because they got that independence.
Yeah,
and they backbone go out there like what?
So
six-figure salary boss where I'm from. If that might mean something, you know what I mean? Like.
So speaking of women, what is the most important quality from a woman when it comes to dating them for you? You want to go first?
Honesty.
TJ? Honesty?
Honest.
Now elaborate on why.
Most
if you could be honest, I could trust you. Like I feel like it's a thin line between honesty and like being trustworthy. Like If you honest all the time, I don't really need to have any distrust in you and be worried. Like, oh, that's what always ruined relationships for me. Is me in my head like, yo, can I trust this person? Like, you sitting back and you thinking like, man, she probably with another person right now, or something like that. Like, it'd always be like my own self-conscious that'd be eating me. But now that I'm talking to somebody that's honest, I trust her more than I trust anybody else. I feel like that's the biggest quality. And her drive as a person makes me want to be a better person. So if those, I don't know how to put that into a word, but like,
Nah, that's big. That's definitely big.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say she's established in my eyes as far as her being 2 years younger than me, having her head on a solid path. Where it's like, I'm trying to find myself in the sense of my entrepreneurship, and it's like, damn, it's more of a reason for me to like be 115% every day that I do something. You feel me? Because it's like, how can I show what I'm doing to my significant other, and it's poop, or it's 95%. You know, it's not perfect, or it's not to an echelon where she could brag about me in her own world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it makes me want to be more of a person than I am. So those are the two most.
Hold on, holiday. Significant other? Well, I had a significant other? I haven't heard that from Trevor in a while.
That's my white collar definition for boyfriend, girlfriend.
I feel that. I mean, shit. For me, damn, that trust. Trust is a big factor. I mean, I don't really deal with people who I don't automatically trust. I feel like that's like goes hand in hand. Like, if I'm dealing with you, I gotta trust you. If I don't trust you, I'm not fucking with you. Like, or I'm keeping you in a certain bracket. Like, you ain't going past this. Like, we just fucking, or we just, we chilling. It ain't nothing more. But if I take you out of that, obviously I have some kind of like, I have trust, or I trust you enough to know, like, I ain't gotta worry that she's doing anything for me, like, or doing anything where it's gonna like so basically I'll say loyalty, right, which goes hand in hand with trust. Goes, I gotta feel like you really down for me, and that goes, everything goes into it. Trust, support, all that shit. I think for me, it's like, when I want somebody, like, they gotta show me that, like, they support me. And obviously, I'm transitioning. I was transitioning from school or whatever. All of that, like, I need somebody who supports me thick and thin. Like, definitely, I'm not someone easy to deal with, because I got my baggage that come with me. And if I feel like you loyal to me, I'm gonna try to like ride it out, and hopefully you do the same. Like, so loyalty for me.
See?
That's a tough one, bro, because I have a lot, but I'm definitely gonna throw hygiene on there. if Shorty can't take care of herself, then
that's a big factor. That'd be my top 3 things.
Like, I mean, I don't want no loyal stink person, obviously. Like,
not even stink, it's just like,
remember I told you?
Not even. I understand that, because I can't deal with a girl who house is dirty. Like, you dead ass. Like, the fuck.
I've been some questionable places, bro. Like,
I'm pretty sure we all see some girl like, yo.
I truly believe how a female keeps her nails and toes says a lot about how she manages things in her life.
Okay.
Now I definitely see that, because nice white toes get me every time. You know what I mean? Like, if you got some busted joint,
I ain't go for a nice white toes. That does it for me.
The white toes. Any girl ever asked me, what should I do with my toes? White. Nails. I always
be looking nice. Look with the
nails. I always tell them orange. That's my favorite color. Shout out to you wearing that orange. Support black colleges. But toes, I always tell a girl, yo, get white toes. Like, white toes is like, it just look good. Like, that shit look good for me personally. But that hygiene.
So what about you, Nigel?
I mean, we all pretty much said, I mean, hygiene's not bad. And what I think, I mean, it's not just like, oh, wash your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Overall health.
It's your
Overall
it's your
health.
overall shit. Like, make sure you wake up.
How you take
and
care
when
of
you,
yourself.
Yeah, when you
Exactly.
leave the crib, you look presentable. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some busted Jones, especially in the Bronx. Let's talk about it. It's some busted ass female. I ain't gonna lie to you that step
Busted
out
women
their door.
everywhere. Like,
Yeah,
Because there's some
Yeah,
beautiful women in the
worldwide.
Bronx too.
but I'm saying
There's
though,
some
like,
beautiful women in the Bronx too.
I'm not. I don't mean it in that way,
Yeah,
but like
right.
when you step out, like in Germany, when I was in Germany, when a female stepped out, she was her best. It didn't matter if she was going to the bodega to get the chopped cheese. You feel
go
me?
move to
She
Germany.
was,
But yeah, like
she was always on it, and I feel like that takes to the account. Like, yeah, some girls, I don't want to put on the full face of makeup. I don't want to put on the wig today. But to some extent, you gotta still make sure you step out the door and you look presentable. So with hygiene,
George
I can get
Washington.
that.
You step out every day looking presentable.
Yes. I feel like, I mean, you gotta put on the fit, but make sure you look, you know what I'm saying, decent to like.
Nah, I definitely do.
good. You know what I'm saying? Don't step outside looking like all busted, eye boogers in your face and all that jazz. You know what I mean? But on top of hygiene, it goes back to like you have to lay it out. Like I feel that when you meet a female and y'all can all lay it out, yo, this is what I got. This is what I come with. You know what I'm saying? This is my extra baggage. What's your extra baggage? Oh, that's your extra baggage? Oh, all right. So this is what we gonna do. They gotta have like some type of foundation or agreement to like this is what we're gonna start at, and wherever it goes. So this is the end result, then that's it. And it goes back to my wife. Like before I met her, I was wilding. Dog.
Beastin'.
But she knew the savage that I was. Like she knew like what I was doing, how I was moving, and she understood that. So I think that when leading up to me leaving Germany, when I realized like damn, like despite my baggage, despite her baggage, like she was still there. She still held me down. And when I left,
Loyalty.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it goes back to loyalty. Like when I left, I'm like, damn, like this girl hold me down for this amount of years. Like we already established a bond. Like why would I go and look that into someone else? Like my time was already spent with her emotionally. So why would I, you know what I'm saying, want to reconvene, you know what I'm saying, that whole relationship aspect with another woman? And I was like, you know what? I'm getting old. I'm about to be 30. Like, let me just lock this down before this this shit just leave. And I had to pull the trigger. That's me.
I felt that.
But overall, I think this was a good session. I think this is a good topic to leave off with for today's episode. We're gonna get back to y'all next week. I'ma holla at y'all. TJ. Everybody else.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna holla.
Yo, thank
my fault I was late.
Good talk. Oh, y'all
Thank-
good.
Thank everybody for coming, watching us, talk this out. If you guys got any topics you want us to talk about, please like, subscribe, follow, write it in Low Fives, Nigel's inbox. You can write me on HoodieSZN TJ. That's all social platforms. Anybody else want to shout their stuff out?
You can write me
Find
on
me.
Facebook, Mitch Porter.
Money making Mitch.
You heard that? Mitch Porter. Follow my man.
Shout out
Wavy.
shout out to Trendsetter Trev. All the music that was in the background was from multiple projects. Some unreleased, some released. But please, by all means, give him a follow. Stream his music on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music. You know all the outlets. But until next time, this is what we got. We'll holla at y'all later.
Holla. All right.